This is the Morning Swim Show from Monday, November 9th, 2009. I'm your host, Peter Bush. Great show today. Your tip of the week comes courtesy of Tennessee women's coach Matt Kredich and his star swimmer Michelle King. But first, our guest today is the clear blue-chip college swimming recruit this year. Kyle Whitaker just made his college choice to swim for Michigan next year. And later this week, he gets to swim against Michael Phelps and some of the world's greatest swimmers at the World Cup meets in Stockholm and then Berlin. Before he took off for Europe, we caught up with Kyle at his high school in Indiana. Kyle, welcome back to the show. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Wearing a Washington State t-shirt?
Yeah.
How does that work? They don't even have a men's swim team, though they would probably start one for you.
No, well, my sister goes there. She's a junior this year, and, just kind of supporting her and what she's doing, and, she's just having a great time out there.
I don't know if Mike Bottom's going to appreciate that choice of attire.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, speaking of which, you just made your college choice. You're headed to the University of Michigan. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
What was the recruiting process like for you?
Oh, it was hectic. The first couple weeks or even the first month was just phones going off left and right, and just kind of it was like a relentless process. But, now that it's over, I look back on it, and it was a great time. And, I got to know a lot of the coaches and just what their program's all about.
We recently had on the show John Wojciechowski from here in Phoenix, and he's a 100 butterfly specialist. And I know you swim a few different things, but 100 fly is definitely in your wheelhouse. You guys could have a little battle on your hands of who gets the medley relay spot.
Yeah. No, it'll be great next year. I mean, we got a good freshman class coming in next year, and I've been talking to him for the past couple of weeks, and we're both really excited to be able to continue up at Michigan. So, it'll be some great competition and practice, and hopefully we can push ourselves. And like you said, it'll be a good battle.
Well, there's probably no one better to push you than Mr. Michael Phelps, who you get to swim this week. That's going to be quite a thrill. I mean, have you ever gone head-to-head with him in, that kind of a dual meet setting or, that intimate of a setting?
Not at this high of a level. A couple years ago when the Michigan Grand Prix meet, the Eric Namesnick Grand Prix, I actually made it to the final of the 200 IM and was able to race him head-to-head and actually beat him to the first wall of the 50 fly. So that's kind of my highlight from a couple years ago.
Do you want to tell us about the last 150?
Not so much. Kind of hit the backstroke and didn't really see him much after that. So
you are not alone in that regard, Kyle. Well, this must be a thrill for you, though, getting to go over to Europe and compete against the best in the world. What happens, though, if you break a world record? You going to take the 15 grand?
That'd be pretty nice. But, just looking to have a great time over there and just swimming the races the best that I can.
What do you look to get out of it other than from the swimming aspect? I mean, obviously, USA Swimming has set this up in a fashion so they take some of America's young stars, but bring along people like Phelps so that maybe they can, get some knowledge from them. I mean, what do you have questions you want to ask, or what do you want to get out of the experience?
Well, definitely. I mean, I'd love to learn from this experience. Going on these trips is always a learning experience with swimming and just like the culture of the world. Being able to travel over to Europe. I mean, this is my first time going to Europe, so it'll be a great experience. And I mean, I'm sure I'll have questions to ask the coaches there, or maybe even Phelps, ask him some questions. But I've heard from people that have swam at the pool in Berlin before that this is probably one of the nicest pools in the world, and it's just a great honor to be able to go over there and swim for Team USA.
Yeah, and when you get back, you have to focus on high school swimming, which you kind of made a name for yourself last year in that regard. I mean, it was a very fun year watching you as a junior and then seniors like Matt Thompson and Nick DiNocenzo, every different part of the country. You guys are kind of going back and forth setting national high school records. I mean, do you anticipate this year to be like that as well, or do you think things will slow down a little bit with the no suits?
Well, I definitely think that this upcoming year will probably be different without the suits, but at the same time, they can't hold you back from the actual work that you're putting into the pool. I'm looking this year to this possibly being one of my being the best high school year that I've had yet, with the training I'm doing and, being in the weight room and, just getting along with the team. And, it'll be a tough year. And, a lot of guys on our team have to step up this year. But, I'm looking forward to the state meet and seeing if I could hopefully lower some of those records that I have.
What would you say the odds are that you go 46 in the 100 fly?
That's my goal time for the season. Coach and I are putting in some good time with my sprint butterfly and getting it up to speed, and we're definitely working on the underwater and the breathing pattern, because to be able to go 46, everything's has got to go right in my race from start to the finish. So just making sure that when the time comes that everything's right.
Hey, we here at Swimming World have been chatting about all the high school recruits and how they project in college, because you got to figure out what your 3 events are going to be. I mean, what is your primary event? What would be your 3 events? Because you are a pretty versatile swimmer.
What do you mean, like college?
Yeah, probably in college, because I mean, you're a guy who can do a sprint fly, but you can also do a 400 IM. I mean, where do you see yourself going in college? Do you think you'll focus a little bit more on sprints, or you'll try and be an IMer? What do you think?
I think I could probably move away from the sprints. Maybe go into the 200 fly, the 400 IM, possibly the 200 IM. I've also heard people say that I should probably look into the 200 free a little more, possibly even freestyles beyond that. I know we're just working on a lot here this season, my backstroke and breaststroke too, so it'll be interesting to see where those go.
Cool. Well, you're going to be an awesome contribution to Michigan and most likely to USA Swimming for years to come, so we look forward to it.
Yep, thank you.
Hey, have a blast in Europe.
Yep, thank you. It'll be fun.
All right, that's Guy Whitaker joining us, and we will be right back with the tip of the week.
Can I help you enjoy that Snickers? Happy peanut soul over chocolate-covered mountaintops and waterfalls of caramel. Prancing nougat in the meadow sings a song of satisfaction to the world. The world. That's right.
Time now for the tip of the week. It comes courtesy of University of Tennessee women's swimming coach Matt Kredich. He gives us some freestyle pointers as demonstrated by his star swimmer, Michelle King.
Okay, this is some video of a freestyle drill that we've been doing lately with our team that we just call adding a throw stroke into their freestyle. And this is Michelle King here, and every other stroke right now we're asking her to throw her arm forward and down. It's not really initiated in the arm though. One of the keys to this is that it's initiated in the lower abs. So it's throwing and pressing. There's this press forward that comes from the lower abs. And there are 3 essential goals. One is to get this sort of a ballistic feeling, the feeling of momentum that you get from having a ballistic movement in freestyle. Second is this really forward and deep catch right there. We're looking for the fingertips to come down and forward into deep water so she can get a hold of all the water. And then the third is to get this feeling of engaging the lower abs in order to stabilize the hips. You can stabilize the hips by using your back, but I think it's more important to stabilize the hips by really focusing on the lower abs. And so once we do that with every fourth and every other stroke, then we take it into some 25s of just trying to balance it on either side and throwing forward on each side. You can see Michelle gets down the pool in 8 strokes. That's just really, I think, strong and efficient freestyle.
And our great thanks to Coach Kredich for sending us that video. He took that video himself and mailed it to us here at Swimming World. We really, really appreciate it. That is what we are trying to get going here with the Morning Swim Show. We want to include content from swimmers, coaches, all around the country, all around the world. So please reach out to us. You can email us at mail@morningswimshow.com, and we'll figure out a way that you guys can send us some content or that we can get you on the show to talk about it. We want to include as many people as possible. And again, thank you to Coach Kredich for being proactive, doing that video production himself, and mailing it to us. Again, that address, mail@morningswimshow.com. And that is it for the show today. I'm Peter Bush, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.